Steph Curry put on a performance for the ages in Game 7 versus the Kings, but it wasn't his usual video game shooting that defined this classic. Instead, it was Curry's ball handling and command of the game that surgically carved up Sacramento, and it perfectly represented his evolution as an offensive player during the Golden State dynasty. When he was younger, double teams could bother Curry, especially with big defenders. He reacts to the pressure by moving away and picking it up, and that leads to a deflection and ultimately a turnover. Essentially, pressure bothered him, leading to careless passes like this to escape a trap, and defenses could speed him up and create indecisiveness under duress. Even by 2019, he was still looser with the ball in close quarters, and the Raptors had some success doubling him with size and pesky defenders. But this version of Curry is in complete control against pressure, changing pace when needed and using his additional muscle to dictate the action. This was a key to his playoff run last season, with an incredibly tight dribble under pressure so he could probe through the middle of the floor in Nash-like fashion. His passes under pressure were also crisper, with Steph stringing out defenders, using a few extra bounces before snapping off dishes that weren't easy to deflect. And that's what this masterpiece in Game 7 was about. Command and control, essentially dominating the game with his dribbling and his body position, gnashing around the court like this to find an opening, or using his tight handle to maneuver through and out of pressure to create good shots for himself or his teammates. Take this play in the first, where Draymond Green screens near half court, Domantas Sabonis slides with Curry, and Steph patiently waits to slip it through a tiny window for a layup. Curry's deliveries were pinpoint all night and are a key to his all-around success right now. Guarding him in space without help is a nightmare, so when Jordan Poole clears out to the other side, Curry can curl off this screen like he's driving to score, but flick it one-handed to Draymond for a layup. The next time he's down in the corner, uses some off-ball movement to set up a handoff, not to shoot, but to take it downhill into multiple defenders before snapping a one-hander to the corner. And again, blending the dribble into a pass that fast creates space for the shot. Steve Kerr started this game with a wrinkle based on these quick one-handed passes, with Curry running pick and roll, only to whip it to Green, who then hit Kevon Looney for a dunk. And normally Golden State responds to this kind of ball pressure by looking for the screener on a short roll, but the Kings started to key in on those actions by rotating early and helping out where needed. So the idea here is to relax the help defender. Keegan Murray is waiting for that roll pass, but when Curry gives it up, he looks away, and the action happens too fast because of Curry's quick trigger pass. A minute later, they run the same thing. Draymond lifts up. This time, De'Aaron Fox is all over it, but no one's left to help on the cut, and it's an easy one for Wiggins. Curry could then manipulate the defense out of that action. Instead of hitting Draymond, he no-looks it back to Looney, and then a little misdirection distracts Fox for a second so Curry can cut over into a shooting pocket for a three. That sets up this masterful counter, working around one screen at midcourt to go the other way around another one, only to go behind the back in the opposite direction. Fox is sitting in Curry's way, so he just hesitates like he's flipping one of those passes, only to floor it past him and spin it in at the rim. We all know about Curry's prowess as a shooter, and that was on display here too. He made 7 bombs from long range, including snapping it to Draymond here, and then running his defender around this dribble handoff. But he used that same snap over to Draymond to turn the corner and attack, then gently float it over a shot blocker. Curry's outlying hand-eye coordination makes him an extraordinary finisher for his size, making a long-distance scoop shot look easy, but he recognizes that this help defender is anticipating a layup, so he just picks it up early and flips it in from like 8 feet. These shots are unbelievably difficult, but he makes them with regularity, including this wild sequence in the third where he snares a rebound and spins one in from about 9 feet. Of course, the possession before that was even crazier, driving into traffic and underhanding this witchcraft while falling down. Steph hit a career-best 13 two-point shots in this game, and even on a play that looks like a vintage relocation 3, Andrew Wiggins forgets to set the screen, Curry recovered and kept dribbling with just one hand to drop in this 17-foot floater. What on earth? And I keep coming back to his ball handling in this game because we're used to Curry working off ball, but he dominated the game on ball. And despite possessing the ball for a whopping 51% of the time, way up from his typical 33%, Curry finished this game with just 1 turnover. I think this is a direct result of his tighter dribbling and added muscle on his frame, strong enough to rip through contact like this and finish into traffic. His sturdy handling and broader shoulders work synergistically, moving into contact like this while staying perfectly balanced to shoot. Steph is simply just the puppet master now, in control of his body and his moves at nearly all times. And in this game, it almost felt like his threat to drive set up his outside shot. A younger Steph Curry would avoid contact and bend with pressure, but today he'll seek it out, using his body as a shield or driving right through opponents. A younger Curry would wear down late, his balance wavering like a breeze could blow him over, but today he's just in complete control, probing around defenders like he has a force field surrounding the basketball. So, fittingly, he dominated this Game 7 with his dribble, dancing into open shots like this more than maybe any 50-point game in league history. Fox pressures him out near half court, so he protects behind his back. Then he attacks 2 defenders to set up space for a step back, only to cross Fox over into another little pocket around a screen, and that just rims out. And fittingly, his $50 culminated in a Bob Cousy exhibition, dribbling through 4 Sacramento defenders while practically scraping the floor to punctuate this incredible performance. The younger version of Curry was quicker than the 35-year-old we see today, and that springiness may have even made him a slightly more effective shooter back then. He was certainly light years ahead of a slower league that hadn't fully adapted to his range yet. But he's made up for that loss of quickness with guile, increased strength, balance, ball handling, and an incredible command of the game in a playoff setting that allowed him to dominate this game on the ball and become the first player in NBA history to score 50 points in a Game 7. If you want to work in basketball, I have the place for you. It's Sports Business Classroom's immersive program inside Summer League in Las Vegas. Past instructors in this program have included Commissioner Adam Silver, Mike D'Antoni, and tons of other industry leaders in the NBA and in media. Sign up using the code GREATDAY for $300 off. There's more information in the description box below if you are interested. For additional content and to directly support this channel, check out patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. We have our community, playoff stats board, and a ton more. I hope you enjoyed this series even half as much as I did, and wherever you are watching from, I do hope you're having a great day.